Ladies and gentlemen, welcome at another Q&A session with our guest during AfryKamera Festival. At this time, we have with us the director of the film When Arabs Dance, Jawad Rhalib. Welcome, Jawad.
Thank you.
Thank you for finding the time. Thank you for being here with us. And apparently, firstly, I have to ask you the question, why actually did you decide to tell this story? Why did you actually decide to find out what is the impact, what is the role, and what are the dangerous side of being an artist in contemporary Arab world?
Well, as it told in the film, you know, at the beginning, it's a personal story. First of all, it's about my child life with my mom, who was a dancer. Who liked to dance, who liked her body, and who wanted, and still now she's free. She didn't accept, you know, the man control overall in a Muslim country. So I suffered, you know, the insults and well, all my friends, you know, in the streets and in the school, when they saw my mom without, you know, without scarf. Mm-hmm. So it was just hard for me. And years after, with the rise of ISIS and Al Qaeda and all this Islamists. And their point of view, and overall their war against artists, against freedom of speech, freedom of creation. It was very important for me to do this film.
And the story that you tell in the film is actually very moving and very touching, especially when you share all of this emotion that you have in your childhood. When, as you mentioned, you were bullied because of the fact that your mother was a dancer. It's something that it's really hard to understand for Western culture, I think, and I believe, because it's really hard to connect dance, something that we connect as something very pleasant, very good, and very positive, that it can be negative, that it can be something bad. I am curious how this clash of cultures, how this clash of perspective at art, what was the impact of it on you? When did you understand that actually there are these two sides of looking at the story, and when did you notice that actually this is something that it's, I don't know, even maybe impossible to connect?
Well, you know, the Egyptian culture, you know, literature, cinema, dance, survived and lived with harmony with religion. There were no problem during years and years between religion and private life of people, and their choice to wear what they want to wear, and to eat what they want to eat, and do what they want to do freely. So there were no problem. The point is that it started with Khomeini in Iran. When he arrived, you know, he started changing everything in a country where women were free, where art was just in his top, in the same line, at the same time as Egypt and the rest of the Arabic and Muslim world. So this with Khomeini, you know, this culture of fatwa. You know what is fatwa?
I know, but let's explain it to the people who may not know.
Yes, it's fatwa. You know, it's just you know, it's just a sentence. It's just judgment of the Sharia, of the radical Islam. Say when someone just take another way of you know, the Quran and what said the rigorous Quran, right? Because there is two Qurans. There is one peaceful and the other one who was really rigorous. So they just as it happens with Salman Rushdie, it was the first fatwa. He just started criticizing, something, and okay, it's not good, so we have to kill him. So this is the fatwa. So it started with Khomeini, and after that, with what happened between the Western and overall United States in Afghanistan, and after in Iraq, and the fight against Arabic world. So the leadership of these countries, Saddam Hussein, for example, he started to change the flag of the country with the slogan of Allahu Akbar, God is great. So he said that Western are fighting against Islam. So people, they started to get together and to stick together against the enemy, the Western enemy. So at this time, they started to say, okay, the people who want to live like Western people, they are enemy of Allah. People who started to write, for freedom, for criticizing and things like that, they are enemy. The woman has to put the veil and not to show her body. We have to not to listen to music, not to dance, not to see films, not to do this. Just the word is haram. It's not allowed. So it started, it's political before religion, and after the religion become political. So now we are facing, political Islam, that is Islamism, and it's not so good for us.
Yeah, like you mentioned, the revolution in Iran in 1979, it changed definitely everything in the culture of Islamic countries. The impact of it was really, really great and changed everything. But I'm just curious, what was next? Like, actually, is it still like that there is this clash even in the Islamic culture? Like, I remember my being in Egypt, and in Egypt, I was a witness of a situation that one of the girl who was the Egyptian girl, she was in the mini skirt, and she was called by the other guy an actress, which is the word that actually is like the synonym of being a slut. Exactly. So it's like it's something that for me was absolutely unbelievable, that even in the contemporary times, even though in the Arabic cinema is in such a great condition, there is so many actors and actresses that are worshipped by the audience, by the public, that it still can be like that. So actually, what is the condition of it in the contemporary times?
Yes, it's worse and worse. It's becoming worse and worse. Overall, after the Arabic Spring, I don't like this name, Arabic Spring, the revolution, and during years and years, for example, in Morocco, the Islamists were under control. And with Arabic Springs, they get out in the streets, and they just start taking little by little, spaces, and there is this kind of, I have an example. I don't know if you know Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou.
Mm-hmm.
And there is a big festival in Ouagadougou. It's FESPACO. And I used to go there years and years, with my films. And the last time I went there, this is something I didn't see before. It's the mosque. And the people with the veil. And the Muslim people in the streets. A lot of women with veil, and a lot of men with, the Afghanistan dress. It's kind of, the change of this streets, and it was just very impressive. And overall, for example, in Belgium, France, Germany, Holland, it's not the case in Poland, I think, but well, we have lots of the first immigration here, for example, in Belgium, and the second, third generation, and we have now some streets in Belgium where you have, just like in Morocco or in Egypt. So this is the kind of things that are taking place now all around the world. As you said, for example, a woman or a girl with dressing with I don't know without veil, it's not accepted.
So actually. So actually right now it goes like two directions, that some of the people, they are getting more and more liberalized, and the other people, they are getting more and more radical in terms of religion.
Yeah, well, yes, but the point is that there is a minority and a majority, and the few, they are just radical, but they shout a lot. They shout. I don't know how you said it. We heard them, and when there is something not normal for them, they just take the sword, and like what happened, in France with Samuel Paty, the teacher. I don't know if you know the story of the teacher.
It was covered by the Polish media, right?
Sorry?
It was covered by the Polish media, yeah.
Okay, yes. Yes, so this is the kind of thing, when you talk about homosexuality, for example, for arts, for music, for dance, for things like that, you are not a good Muslim, and you are against Islam. So, well, this is the point. It's not two directions. It's just one direction. They are not a lot, but they are so scary.
Gotcha. And it's really visible in your film when we have the moment that the actors, they are practicing the play that they're staging on the stage. Yeah. And there is this dialogue between two actors, and one of them says that actually this connection of the words and the prophet, it's very dangerous for him in terms of him being represented of Islamic minority.
Yeah, for sure. Yes, because there is no way to criticize, to say something, to say, well, I don't agree with this or this. It's not allowed. So this is the problem. The problem is that we are all afraid of talking, of speaking, because well, it's not a joke. You don't have, for example, you have when you have Charlie Hebdo who criticized the Pope, for example, who put something about the Pope. You don't have Catholics, or I don't know, trying to kill people of Charlie Hebdo. So this is really the problem, and the main problem for me, it's the politics. It's the people who are in charge of our destiny, of the law. They are also afraid, and they don't want to apply the law.
Yeah, that's true. And could you tell us just how actually the situation with the stage ended? Like, did they leave it like that, or did they change it? Did they censor it, or did they leave it in the way that it was presented at the practicing moment?
Sorry, I didn't get the question.
In the actors that you portrayed in the film, did they leave it like they were practicing it? Did they leave it in this dangerous way, or did they change it? Did they censor it a little bit?
In the film you're talking about, yes, but you well, the point is that for the audience of the festival, we cannot say, you know, how it changed. You know, you will see it in the film, how they manage, you know, to reply to the questioning of the two people who would not agree with what is happening. So, well,
let's leave it as a riddle. But in the end, I have to ask you about one more thing, because as you say, this is the real problem. It's not like the problem that it's in the network or somewhere. It's the real problem that has the real consequences. So I'm curious if you ask yourself the questions, if touching this subject is dangerous for you or maybe dangerous for your characters that you depicted in the film. How did you solve that?
Well, it's you know, the point is that it's that we are living with the fear, you know, the fear to speak, to show for example, the film, to have, you know, we met nearly 5,000 students here in Belgium, into cinemas, into, you know, and we have discussion with them, overall students from Arabic and Muslim students, and the point is that they don't want to accept, you know, what we are showing to them. They don't believe us. They don't believe that music is allowed, that dancing is allowed. You can dance and you can practice your religion. There is no problem between the two, because they just are. They have courses, Quran, you know, courses in a Quranic school, and Imam said to them that they have to do this and this and this. So they have to follow this. If not, they will not go to the paradise. This is the point. So it's not easy, even for the artists of the film. They are keeping going. They are living with the fear, but they have to do what they have to do. Overall, in Morocco and Egypt, it's more sensitive. And for me, well, I have to follow this way. I have done a new film, The Pink Revolution, about LGBTQ and what they are suffering in the city, in Brussels. I cannot imagine what can be the thing in Poland with the government, and you know, it's not easy. So this is kind of thing that, sorry?
It's super difficult. The situation is getting worse and worse. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. And well, here, hopefully, the law is with the LGBT, you know, but not people. And overall, people of Muslim and Arabic people, they don't accept, you know, this people. So, well, we have to keep going. We don't have the choice.
And that's the good point for our conversation. Thank you so much, Jawad, for finding the time and to make this interview. Hopefully we will see your film about LGBTQ communities in Brussels at LGBTQ Film Festival in Poland. We have it still. We have it here still. So once again, thank you so much and take care.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Take care too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.